What was the approach with the second half in terms of the next couple of days? When you throw out, you watch it and work it through? What's
No,
the
we got to get better. I mean, we obviously, when things didn't go well, it went down quickly, and we've just got to learn how to, if things aren't going well, just limit those runs that they had. But we were scrambling a little bit. We tried to go some man-to-man. That didn't work, and we went to more of a 3-2, and that didn't really work. And so then when we came back and centered ourselves back to the 2-3, by then they were on a roll, and things just snowballed. Offensively, we just really struggled. When your 4 leading scorers combined 12 of 45, you're not going to win many games, certainly against good teams on the road. So it was a little bit of everything. But I thought our attitudes were good today, and we got to get back up on the horse and get going. Doesn't get any easier this week.
And to that point, what's the key to avoiding it snowballing in the upcoming games? What's the avoiding what happened on
listen, all we can do is just do our best. We just got to play to the best of our ability. I don't think anybody's expecting us to go down and beat UCLA, except for us. If we don't believe it, I told the kids just stay home, and I didn't detect there was anybody not thinking we couldn't go down and win. But we've obviously got to play better. I think we'll tighten some things up defensively, and then just offensively, you better be on point against these guys, because 41 points or 42, whatever we scored up there, it's not going to beat these guys. So we just got to be better.
What impresses you most about what they put together down there at UCLA, just in terms of they now have one of the preeminent big players? They've got great wings and guards. I mean, it's like they're a pretty complete roster.
They do, and they're young. She's had as good a talent down there as anybody really over the last 6 or 8 years. And this by far is her best team, and yeah, they're young. It's not like they're going anywhere. Rice is a sophomore, and London Jones is a sophomore, and Jaquez is a sophomore, Betts a sophomore. So they're really, really good players are still young. So we're going to see them for a couple of years. Remains to be seen how far they can go, but right now, I think they're the best team in the country. I mean, with all due respect to, I don't even know who's ranked number 1. Is that South Carolina? I think this is the most complete team. I was looking at, they're making 50% of their field goals, but they're getting 50% of the misses. So, you don't rebound against these guys, it's going to be a long night. I don't know what the analytics would say, but does that mean they're scoring on like 75% of their possessions? Something to that tone? I don't know.
Better math than I can do.
Yeah, but they're very efficient, and we've got to be on point in every phase.
Yeah, they do lead the Pac-12 in offensive rebounds. What's just going to be the key to holding them to one shot?
That's it. Hold them to one shot. Got to find somebody to block out and go get the ball. I mean, there's no magic to it. They've been great offensive rebounds forever. That's been one of their signatures since Coach Close has been there. This team takes it to a new level. But yeah, they just the combination of some shooters and Betts inside. I think Betts has changed similar to what Peely's done for Utah. They were a nice team that moved the ball well, shot the 3 well. Peely made them different. UCLA's been what they've been, but Betts makes them different. You've got to play that inside game that we hadn't had to worry about in the past.
Right. You could probably say the same thing about Juju Watkins at USC. What makes her so special at such a young age?
Well, she's really gifted, no question about it. She's, I think, where she can, get better is just make everybody around her better. But right now, with the ball in her hand, she's amazing, as good as I've seen at this age since I've been in women's basketball, to be honest with you. I mean, I saw Plum when she was a freshman, and Sabrina when she was a freshman, and so some of the better ones in this, Caitlin Clark. Juju is really, really good, but we're not worried about that one yet. We've got enough to worry about for Friday.
You said you showed that you can play against the best for 20 minutes. You got to do it for 40s. That kind of stayed the same message throughout the last couple days of practice.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a good game plan at Oregon State. We executed it really well, and it showed. I thought the last 4 or 5 minutes of the first half, though, we kind of reverted back to our old ways. Quick shots, bad shots. A couple of turnovers. We got lost defensively. We just didn't sustain it the whole 20 minutes, and I thought that last 4 or 5 minutes we could have separated even more than we did. I thought that was real key. And then the second half, they couple of broken plays, and they hit threes early, and then they just got rolling. The crowd got into it, and we didn't respond with baskets of our own. But yeah, it's going to just be one of those years, you guys. We're just going to have to, grind every game out and do the best we can. A lot of nights to the best we can to stay in the games, and then let the chips fall where they may. But I told the kids it's a great opportunity. We're going to play two of the best teams in the country with very little expectations. So let's go have some fun. Let's play loose and see what happens. We've won games before against teams that were better than us. So, we can do it again.
You got to get that kind of rebounding improvement, particularly against UCLA, but in general, Kelly. Who's going to have to do it? If it's not Philly on the inside with balls that just find her way because she's as big as she is, who else is going to have to raise their game to help you guys rebound?
Everybody. I mean, rebounding comes down to all five. And quite frankly, the other night we actually did a pretty good job. You take away the early offensive rebounds they had, they only ended up with 10 in the game. And and I think they were somewhere around low 30s, maybe even high 20s in offensive rebound percentage. So that was something to build on, actually. I thought we did a pretty good job rebounding. It's just one of the areas we've got to continue to improve. And I think we've adjusted offensively on how we attack the rebound to help us transition-wise. So we're going to get fewer offensive rebounds for that reason. But we've done a better job in transition because of it.
Was there nobody available in the portal to pursue?
I'm not even going to talk about that. Yeah, there could have been, but I don't think that would have helped us immediately right now this season. And then you go forward with that spot being taken against somebody that may not help you long term. We're better off going with what we had and try to make the most of this season, and then hit the portal hard and continue to recruit other kids, for the spring.
It's got to be that kind of grind, particularly defensively, Kelly. Then what do you guys need to do to force some more turnovers? And if it means committing more fouls because you commit so few, if that's what it takes, like, I'm not saying you should do what Charlie's old ASU teams did, but if that's what it means, if that's what it takes for the year, why not do a little bit more of that?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with the way we've decided to play defensively. I mean, so do you want some of our taller kids to get out and pressure people? Is that, I think we have to look at who we have and their specific skill set, and then build around that. So yeah, we'd like to create more turnovers, but if we try to do that, then we're weak maybe in another area. So I don't think defensively right now is a huge issue. I think defensively we're far better than we are at the offensive end. That's where I'm worried. They shot 40% the other night. Anytime you hold somebody in conference play to 40% on their home floor, you're doing a pretty good job. And then with only 10 offensive rebounds. But we can't score 41 points and expect to beat anybody. So I don't think defense is our issue.
What are the core issues for some of those offensive issues? I know you've talked about maybe getting out of the rhythm you want to play at, but is it as simple as just settling in and playing, or are there things you can change?
Well, we're not the best at finishing. We got to finish better. I think we've had opportunities around the basket. We've shown that we're not a proficient three-point shooting team night in and night out. Obviously got to get better at that. I mean, it's a little of everything. We're taking care of the ball better. That's not an issue. We just got to make baskets. In the end, we've got to make baskets. We don't have a ton of playmakers, so it has to come off our offense. And sometimes we don't execute some nights the way we should. So we just have there's a small margin for error. And, some nights we're clicking and we look pretty good, but a lot of nights that's not the case. Yeah. But I still like the team a lot. I mean, they're working hard. We have great attitudes. Wednesday's our tough practice of the week, and I was really impressed with everything today. I thought they came in ready to work hard, and right now the attitudes are good. We just got to have one game at a time. It's going to be a grind. It's a hell of a league. When I look at, we have 10 games of our 17 left against teams that are ranked in the top 10. That's crazy business there. That's crazy. So, we just got to find a way each and every day.